Welcome to my channel, good peeps. This is Innocence. If you haven't seen the intro video, please go back and watch that. I've posted episode 1. I've done a promo video since then, and then I did episode 2, which was my last video for March. Today is a special day because I have a special guest, as you can see.
How you doing, folks? My name is Steve. I'm Adina's husband. I will be the special guest that she'll be introducing today. Looking forward to talking and meeting everybody.
Oh, you're so handsome. That was a good job.
I try to be.
That was a good job.
I try to be.
And what I was gonna say was I was gonna let him, introduce himself. So today's video is basically going to be his perspective of what was going on with me when I first became symptomatic. My initial symptoms, we were actually separated because, like I mentioned in the previous video, we weren't married yet, and I had enlisted into the Air Force. So when you're single, you have to live in the dorms, which is what I did. And I was in Colorado Springs, he was in Florida, so most of our connection was through FaceTime and phone
and text messages. A lot of text messages.
Lots of text messages.
I think a lot of text messages.
And also Google Chat. So he wasn't able to really see and experience what I was going through initially until we got back. Yes, reconnected when I moved back to Florida. So I want to say, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So that was about a good 6 or 7 months that he wasn't able to really see what was going on with me. He did visit in Colorado Springs a couple of times, but this condition is exacerbated by stress. So of course when he visited, I was in high spirits, good mood, so he wasn't able to see anything other than, I'm pretty sure he experienced some of the fatigue. I was tired when he would visit, so a lot of lethargicness, if that's even a word. I think it's a word, don't judge me.
No, I don't think it's a word. Gotta Google that.
We will later. But so I wrote down some questions because the brain, tripping sometimes, don't judge me. Sometimes.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna pay for that later, huh?
Right.
Alright, cool.
I'm glad you understand. Yes. So my first question is, did you suspect and or think something was wrong with me?
Did I suspect and or think something was wrong with you? I mean, to be honest with you, and to be honest with the audience, I didn't really think that anything was wrong with you. I thought it was more of like low energy. I mean, dealing with a lot of stress or whatnot, especially with so much changes going on in both our lives. I mean, you joining the Air Force and you transitioning from being a civilian to military, etc., etc. So I kind of somewhat downplayed it, like, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. And plus, my mind's like, things like that don't happen to us. So, and that's kind of where my mindset was. But as time progressed and the evidence and everything started to show.
Gotcha. And I told him, we're going to keep it completely 100 on this channel. And so what he means by it doesn't happen to us, his initial...
It don't happen to black people. That's what I mean.
So, and I'm glad he had, he brought that up because that was my initial thought as well. And it's not like racial or, discriminatory or anything. It's just because I didn't have the disease. I was like, I didn't know a lot of, African Americans or people of color with the disorder. But later on, I discovered that is not true. And we'll talk about that in another video. But I want to keep it completely 100 and transparent on this show. So I did want to address the us. So my second question, when I told you my results, and this was the day that you came to Eglin to have lunch, which is where I used to work, and I basically told you that they were ruling me out for 3 conditions, but like most likely I would probably be getting diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. What were your initial thoughts? How did you feel?
I mean, just like I stated with my first question, I didn't really think what happened to us, but you know, during that time, I didn't really think much of it. I mean, I didn't really even go into that circle doing any research because once again, my head is like, this is not something that we're going to speak into existence. We're going to beat this, or we're going to move forward from this. We're not going to even think, make it a reality. You know, I kind of took it pretty nonchalant, but in my head, I'm like, this ain't true. We ain't going to deal with this. But who am I? I'm not a doctor to tell you what's going on in your body. I'm not really feeling what you're feeling. But my mind still was like, this is not us. It's not really happening. Let's go get some food.
True. And you know, I love you, and I know sometimes you were, you know, a tad bit forgetful. So let's rewind back to what your real initial response was. Not saying that what you just said wasn't real, but I distinctly remember you blurting out very loud, "Are you gonna die?"
Shit, I did say that.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know, because in my head I'm like, multiple sclerosis, I can't even pronounce the damn word. She gonna die? Yeah. No? Okay, then we good. If she ain't die, we good.
Yeah, so that was
I did say that.
You know, it was a comical moment and serious moment at the same time because I'm at work. I know these people. If I don't know them by name, at least they know me by facial recognition. And I'm like, we're in a public area. I'm giving him these results because he was supposed to have, you know, lunch with me.
I mean, you were just being too serious. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why is she coming to me with this serious tone, this like monotone type deal? Like, I want to give my results. I'm like, hey man, we dying?
I wasn't being serious. It was just I had just gotten the results. We were supposed to have lunch, and I had to tell him that I could no longer have lunch because they had scheduled me an immediate doctor's appointment for a test. And so I basically was like, you know, thank you, babe, for bringing me my smoothie, but we can't have lunch because I got to go to this. I think they had scheduled another MRI for me, a brain MRI. And so I was like, I really appreciate you coming. And I didn't want to tell him like I can't have lunch just because of his appointment, because I'm pretty sure he was going to ask questions. So I went in, I led with, you know, the result. And so I do apologize. I didn't mean to be so.
We're past that.
We are past it, but you know, we got to work on giving, you know, news better. So, the third question. So I follow a lot of groups and a lot of articles. I read a lot of articles about MS, people who have multiple sclerosis, and a big topic is dating and continuing relationships of any kind after having found out that you were diagnosed. And a lot of people describe that they either are no longer with their partners or their partners have a difficult time managing their diagnosis and their prognosis. So my next question is, what was your thought process about proceeding with our marriage? And did you have any doubts or concerns about us continuing to move forward with getting married?
Any doubts or concerns? Honestly, that's a big no. I mean, when I think about this situation, this diagnosis, I'm like, it wasn't a deciding factor for me. I'm like, okay, we've already in our mind knew we were gonna get married. So like, I'm not gonna let this scare me, let this cause me to be like, okay, I can't do this. I gotta end this. I mean, not only that, it's like, why let something come and destroy something beautiful that a couple gotta have together? This shouldn't be the deciding factor that caused people to run away. And I was like, yeah. And plus, with my mindset, I wasn't really thinking too much about the diagnosis. I'm like, I don't really believe in it, and I wasn't going to speak into existence. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not going to let this destroy the years we put in together for our relationship and our marriage. And as of right now, how things are going, I just feel like our relationship is still the same. I mean, although you were diagnosed with this symptom, this sickness or whatnot, I feel like nothing really changed. I mean, I feel like we're kind of still the same goofy couple.
Okay, so bonus question. Although things haven't really changed, do you think the diagnosis brought us closer, or you know, it really just didn't affect us at all?
Well, I say it did bring us closer, mainly because the simple fact is like, now I'm just how you take care of me, I'm taking care of you too a lot more, and I'm being a lot more attentive to your needs, because some fact that's like, I'm not saying I wasn't attentive to her needs in the past, but it's like now it's like, okay, the symptoms are causing certain things in her body that's causing her to react in certain ways, causing her body react in certain ways. So it's like I gotta really be attentive to those things, because now it's like, you know, she's feeling things that I can't really feel. So I have to listen, I have to pay attention, I have to understand her words and when she say things and how her body reacts, because being in a relationship like this, you have to pay attention to your partner. I mean, you really have to. If not, you could miss certain cues. You could have fights, you could have arguments, and good thing that me being attentive the way I have, and you know, making sure you communicate with me, that made things a lot easier. So, yeah, things been great.
You a real one.
The real MVP, y'all.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry about that. I apologize.
Moving on.
You can see I've never been on the camera before.
Yeah, that is evident. How do you think I've handled being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and the changes that come with it?
Yeah, I feel like you handled it like a champ. I mean, you have your days where you're down and out, where you really don't feel, you know, that energy like you used to have or whatnot. And I know a lot of times it could be a mental thing, and a lot of times it could be a physical thing. But I feel like you handle it like a true champ. I mean, yes, you know this diagnostic is the diagnostic. Yeah, that word. Yes, you know this issue is very big and it's really affecting both your lives and our lives. But it's like you're not letting it keep you down. I mean, I feel like you're plowing through this, especially with the support we have, such as, you know, mom, dad, family, you know, myself and our lovely dog. So it's like we're moving forward with this. You're moving forward with this. You're not letting this keep you down. Because back in the, I still remember when you first joined the military, you were still, you know, trotting through training, et cetera, and you still doing that now. It may not be as thoroughbred or hard as it was before, but you're still pushing forward, going to the gym, keeping your health up. So it's not like you are letting this thing beat you, and you're, in my head, you're kicking his ass. I can say I can curse, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a real channel.
Yeah.
You know,
I ain't trying to offend nobody.
we are believers. You know, we know Him, and when we say Him, God. But we real people. We do use profanity. I might be a little bit more cognizant and filter my words, but he don't filter. So
nah, probably need to work on that a lot.
Yeah, we gonna lift him up in prayer. You know,
pray for me.
and I'm gonna tell his mama. You know,
don't do that. Don't do that. Mama
don't need
that
oil for you.
Don't do that. Mama don't need no. Mama, if you listen to this, I'm sorry.
She gonna get the oil for him.
Blame the army.
That is true. Military life make you use profanity 10 times more than what you did before, and I'm not using that as an excuse.
I am.
It's just part of the culture, for real.
I am. Forget that.
So, last question. Do you have any advice / tips that you'd like to share about being a caregiver or support for a loved one who has MS or just a chronic illness in general? Because MS is chronic because there is no cure for the illness. At this time, we're praying for a cure every day. But, you know, do you have any advice, tips?
Well, for anyone that's in this type of relationship, I would say pay attention, communicate. Pay attention, communicate. I mean, whether it be yourself or your partner, communicate. Pay attention. Listen. I mean, you can talk, but it's best to just listen because they'll be able to give you cues on what's going on with them, and then you can make adjustments yourself. Like, whenever I hear certain noises in the house, I'm quick to jump up and ask if she's okay, because of the fact that it's like I know she's diagnosed with a symptom, so I have to pay attention. And me, I tend to have headphones on, but I still pay attention. I still watch and I still listen. So pay attention, listen, interact with that person. That individual is not any different than we are. I mean, she's a loved one, he's a loved one. Pay attention to them. I mean, the more you pay attention and the more you listen to them, the better it is going to be for you and your relationship with that person. Because of the fact that you're going to be able to know them very well, you're going to be able to understand them very well, and you'll be able to see the changes in their lives and in their bodies. And if you're paying attention to that, you'll be able to help them when they need the help the most. So, that's my advice for y'all folks.
Well, thank you, handsome. And I would have to say that I am, eternally grateful to him for so many reasons. Because just keeping it real, like I didn't have any doubts that he wouldn't proceed with the marriage, but that was a big. That was probably one of the biggest things that I struggled with emotionally when I got diagnosed initially. Was I felt that I was cheating him, because we had been together for over 3 years at this point, but this was really the prime of our relationship, and I was like, who wants to experience that and endure that at such a crucial point in a relationship? So I was like, I felt like I was cheating him, and I had a couple of emotional breakdowns dealing with that, and I know I shouldn't use the word cheating, because I didn't choose this condition at all, but that's how I felt. And so we talked about it, and he reassured me. So once again, I'm eternally grateful to him for that. And then also, like he said, he's very attentive. Sometimes I laugh, even though it's not a joking matter, but one of the things with this condition is at some point in the diagnosis, you might experience weakness in your limbs and things, and a lot of people with MS do have falls and things like that. And so I'll be in the shower, I'm washing my hair, and I will drop my shampoo bottle or conditioner, and it creates a loud thud, and he will run
Here come black man.
The bathroom.
Hey, you good?
Like, babe, you good?
Straight?
And it will startle me,
right.
But at the same time, because it startled me, I'll laugh, but then I'll collect myself and I'll be like, wow, I got a real one. I'm really appreciative of that, because I don't know. This condition is very unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. By the grace of God, I've been covered, and I haven't, my symptoms have been, things that I can adjust to, but hasn't really caused me to not be able to move or use my limbs as I normally would. So grateful to him. Like I said, I'm blessed. I have a wonderful husband, and I appreciate him. So thank you, baby.
Black man.
Wow. So don't mind him. That's what he calls himself. I had to beg him not to wear his Scully, his favorite Scully.
I am Black Man.
It's his superhero part of his
my
costume.
persona.
Yes. So thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe. You actually have to click on the subscribe button to officially subscribe to the channel.
What? Subscribe button? That's a button?
Yeah, that is a button.
I don't use YouTube, so I can't really tell.
He does now, because it's my channel, but really it's our channel, because we are a unit. So like, subscribe, comment, send me an email.
Tell a friend.
Yes. And like I said, in all the other videos, ms3cents@gmail.com. It will be in the descriptions area. So please do those things. Thank you for watching. Much love, peace, and blessings to you all. We out.
Deuces.
Peace.